23.1. Work experience allows people to test out jobs to see what they want to do in the future. It allows them to get an idea of the hours they would be working, the money they would be earning, and what they need to do in the role of that specific job. There are providers. These different categories give opportunities for people to work for different events or companies and provide a range of activities for people to do to improve participation in sport. Firstly, we have public providers. These include organisations provided by the government. The government has an obligation to supply certain activities so that everyone can take part in them. With public providers, there's no necessary membership, and the aim of public providers is to make sport accessible to the general public. These include places such as leisure centres. However, on the other hand, there are private providers, and these are businesses that try and make a profit. You have to have a membership to use the equipment provided, and the membership obviously costs money each month. One of the only benefits for a private provider is possibly the clients will get newer and better equipment to use that is constantly being updated. Whereas with the public providers, they may just give the general public standard equipment that it doesn't suit everyone, so that's a disadvantage. The private providers include businesses such as Virgin Active. The next providers are voluntary providers. These are providers that are not out to make a profit. They're organisations and events run by volunteers, but any profits made from the events go back into the organisation to help them run. For example, a non-elite sports team, so a local netball team or football club, they might have a fundraiser and an event to raise money for the club, but the volunteers that take part in this don't get any money for helping out with the event, and all money goes back into the club to pay for new equipment, new kit, and stuff like that. Next, there's dual-use providers. These can be facilities that have two purposes. For example, a school sports hall is used by students during school time for PE lessons and activities, but after school, maybe in the evenings, a sports hall can be hired by members of the public, so public providers, to do sporting activities. Next, there's partnerships. This is where two providers work together to cooperate to run a facility. Next, there are 4 sectors. Within these 4 sectors, there are different types of occupations that people can pick for their career. The first sector is sport and recreation. So this sector covers jobs such as PE teachers, sport coaches, and sport promoters for a team, for example. So this is more down the teaching pathway, teaching local teams, elite teams, and obviously teaching children within schools about physical education and a variety of sports. Whereas the next sector of health and fitness covers jobs such as a physio, a personal trainer, or a sports masseur. So this sector, like the first one, offers a variety of different jobs, but these are more helping people instead of maybe teaching, even though personal trainers obviously teach people new exercises and stuff like that, but these sort of jobs focus more on helping people maybe recover from an injury or get stronger. The next sector is outdoor education, and this includes jobs such as specialist instructors for like canoeing, rowing, rock climbing, and also orienteering jobs such as a mapper. These jobs are very active and you may be involved with the general public like the other jobs as well. Lastly, the last sector is sport and exercise science. So these include jobs such as a biomechanist, sports psychologist, dietitian, and maybe sports medic. So instead of just focusing on the physical side of sport, this sector with these jobs allows a different approach to sport. So, such as sports psychologist is to do with an athlete's mind, and so this sector just gives a different approach of how people can help within sport, not just physically, but also dealing with the psychological side and the diet side, and also the movement of the body.